of us will appreciate once we'll drop it. Maybe we'll make it public next week. I'm sure we'll find the right time for it though. There's always a time when it's right to drop it. So we'll have that for you in the near future.
There it is. Tom, thanks for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate you and appreciate your YouTube membership. Tim Leineke, another YouTube member with a 5 spot. If you had a choice between Will Howard and Alex Orji and you could change right now, who are you taking?
Damn. I hate that question.
My easy answer is I would take McCord.
Oh, geez.
That's what I'm saying,
up
bro.
A can of worms there.
I would take McCord. Honda McCord.
Nope.
In 2023 is going to turn into Acura McCord in 2024, and he's going to rack up some stats for Syracuse. And I would have taken, if you gave me the chance to have McCord this year, I would have taken him.
Absolutely.
Nope.
But to answer the question fairly, I think Alex Orji has a higher ceiling for sure. I think Will Howard, I'll be honest, I think they're going to regress. I think Will Howard's going to be a regression for Ohio State. He's only like a career 59% passer. Who would I take though? Shit. Because Will Howard has the experience. Damn it. I don't know. I'm like torn on it because I think Alex Orji's ceiling is just Alex Orji's ceiling really is potentially a Jalen Milroe, right? We know this, but can he realize it? I don't know. Damn, I think I will go Alex Orji, and it's not because it's a Michigan bias either. It's just Will Howard does not meet the 62 completion percentage quota that we have set for the channel. He has a 59 percentage, and like his touchdown to interception ratio wasn't great. Like, OSU's overhyping Will Howard. I'm going to tell you that right now. I do not fear Will Howard the least, like not at all. And that's why, like, I'm going to go off on a little tangent here, but like, Ohio State's like, oh, we're going to beat Michigan this year. It's like, look, prove it in the trenches. Let's see your physicality that you haven't shown the last 3 years, and then let's see what Will Howard can do. Because I actually think he's a downgrade from Kyle McCord. But we'll see what happens. They do have Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator. I mean, he is an excellent offensive mind. Ryan Day is a good offensive mind, but the culture has been broken at Ohio State. We'll see what they can do with it.
Yeah, as Yogi Berra once said, if you have too many cooks in the kitchen, you get old country buffet, is what I'll say. And OSU has elite quarterbacks, but they're just stuck in the depth charts, and they don't have the oxygen to play in 2024. I don't think they're not going to have the breathing room to actually play. So they've got kind of at least on the surface, it looks like kind of a mid quarterback, another McCord-ish kind of quarterback. And just remember, McCord was first-year starter. He's going to be a second-year starter next year. So in a similar way, Howard's kind of the similar situation. So the talent is there, but luckily for us, there's just too many cooks in this kitchen, and they're not realizing that probably the most talent that they have are kind of further down on their depth chart. I know, John, you've got a specific favorite in mind on the OSU side. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is all third base Ryan Day's fault because he had the opportunity to have Quinn Ewers, and Quinn Ewers went away because he decided to listen to Derek McCord, Kyle McCord's father, because Kyle McCord was this amazing quarterback because Derek McCord said so. And they passed on J.J. McCarthy, or technically they didn't pass, but they basically said they were going to take him. Then they opened it up, and Quinn Ewers slipped away. Can you imagine Ohio State with Quinn Ewers? He'd probably win a title one of these years. So, compared to that, Will Howard, mid-cord, all of them don't compare to that. If I had to pick between these two, I pick Alex Orji. Will Howard's completion percentage did go up a bit the last year to 61. but it
Right.
was in the 50s the previous 3 years. He was about to get benched. So the reason Ohio State was able to get him is he was about to get benched at Kansas State. Look it up if you don't believe me. I know some Buckeyes are going to push back on this. Look it up; it's true. Kansas State it now has a different quarterback, and so. But I'm going to go Alex Orji, and only because of the problem that defenses are going to have with his running ability. So guess what? Defenses had a problem with Jalen Milroe. I know people don't like it that we use that comp. But when you're running an RPO like Jalen Milroe is able to do, it opens it up. Will Howard doesn't have that same dual threat. Could you argue he's a slightly better thrower of the football in a pocket that's protected well? Yes. But again, then you have to look at O-lines. And I think I think Alex Orji just offers you more upside. And offers defenses more to account for. You have to spy him. You have to put a spy on him every single play because you don't know when. Just like with JJ, they had to put a spy on him. You don't know when he's going to run.
Yeah, first of all, this is a fantastic question by Tim.
It really is.
Maybe we should kind of do a more detailed breakdown of this because this is
a hard question.
Yeah, it's a hard question. We'll know more, obviously, after the Texas game. If Orji can beat Texas, then sky's the limit. But just sort of keep in mind what happened with Milroe last year. Texas beat Milroe early in the season. Milroe was kind of borderline. Is he even going to be the start? What's going on? And then he put it together and he made the run and got all the way to the Rose Bowl. So with Alabama. So I think we'll see. But this is an excellent question. Love the question. I would go with Orji, but I think I'm being honest with myself that it's probably a homer pick. I'm making a homer pick because I'm emotionally thinking that Orji is going to get to a decent completion percentage.
Yeah, thank you so much for this question and for everybody who's been super chatting. It's just been great, especially the last couple of shows. You guys have really been just crushing it with this. Tom with he just did a super sticker for $5. Now he's doing a question for $5. When Grant catches Ryan Day, do you think he will give him a Snuggie that goes over his head?
Well, we're gonna hopefully have something for you guys when Kenneth Grant catches Ryan Day. We're actually in the process of coming up with something for that, but we'll see if we can make it happen. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure when Kenneth Grant catches Ryan Day, it's not going to be a pretty sight for Ryan Day.
Yeah, let me put this in somewhat vague terms, but we've contacted an artistic genius to try to see if we can get some sort of graphic that will make everybody really enjoy the moment when we catch Ohio State. I'll just leave it at that.
Yep. So Kenneth Grant is catching up, and we saw against Penn State that Kenneth Grant's got some legs, man. He might be 339 pounds, but he can move. And this was going to be a full-on topic, but I'm just gonna briefly mention this because we're at the end of the show. I've been reading Phil Steele's awesome magazine, Lindy's, and some other rankings. And Kenneth Grant is at best on these third-team Big Ten. And in terms of national All-American, he's not even in there, where at least Mason Graham is getting in. The man got 3.5 sacks last year, 23 solo tackles. He is just a really great player. So I don't know what's going on there, but I think that his productivity, 16 solo tackles. Sorry, I was going fast on that one, but Graham had 23. But this is when you add his speed in there, he can really go. So I'm surprised he isn't at least in second team All-American when the stats do compare with some of the other players who made first team.
No, I agree, and especially because there's been some projections that he will be a second round pick or better. I don't understand why there's not more. Mason Graham seems to get all the attention, which I mean, obviously, Mason Graham's potentially a top 10 pick next year's draft. So like it's completely understandable, but Kenneth Grant is no joke, bro. Like we're talking an elite defensive tackle, elite nose tackle for Michigan. Hey, let the dish, it is what it is, and these publications, like they do their best to cover every single team, all 130 of them. I know they spend months and months and months on it, but listen, Kenneth Grant, in my opinion, will be a first or second team All Big Ten player this year. I feel very confident saying that.